Howdy y'all, Michael here. Today is Sunday, July 26, 2026, and it's a warm day. In fact, let me throw it back to myself this morning. It's hot. It's so hot lately. You haven't seen much of me because it's been so hot. Been busy with work and all that. That's a given, but the heat indexes around here have been about 117, 118. That's a little warm for me for lawn mowing. So, but I am out about this Sunday morning, and I got this little thing I picked up at Hamvention. This is a Sense Cap T1000. It's made by Seed Studios, and I've been trying to get this thing to work since we've been here. Now, Hamvention, I had it set up on Meshtastic, and that thing worked like a charm. We had, big group chats for all of Hamvention, over 37,000 tickets sold for that thing. So it stayed pretty busy. Lots of communications on the big two or three channels they had. And we also had a channel just for us. The group I was out there, and a YouTuber channel, is to say that, and we were able to communicate just like texting or group chats without having to worry about the cellular network, because these things talk to each other, and there are thousands of them out there, plus some repeaters. So this thing worked quite well, amazingly well, over the whole Dayton Xenia area. It didn't matter where you were still connected. So I got it reflashed for Meshcore, because I couldn't pick anything up with Meshtastic. I'm not very well versed on these things, but it is reflashed for Meshcore now, and we're going to explore a little bit with it. Haven't picked up any messages or any other Meshcore devices, but there is a map, and we're going to check it out. Come hang out with me. On my device here, and I'm not hooked up, so I'm going to click connect and see if it connects. Sometimes if it doesn't, you go back, tap to connect again. Of course it's not going to work the first time. It's kind of quirky. It's a little quirky, I gotta admit, but we're going to try to connect one more time. Disconnected. Now it sees my device. This is an Apple device. If you look right here, I can get it to focus in, which is not going to do. There we go. It's showing my charge level, and it's getting out live. So we're in the colony area, and it looks like there's some nodes in the colony. So let me see what these nodes are. Waiting for the internet to catch up. I am on the internet here. So Arbor Glen, we need to find Arbor Glen. Golly, this thing is so quirky. Plus working with trying to film at the same time is not a lot of fun either. So let's go down to Arbor Glen and see if we can pick up another person. Looks like there's an individual there. And can I tap it? See if we can tap it while looking there. So this is a contact, and I don't know who this is. It doesn't really say, does it? Oh, it's right there. It's the colony room. So let's go down there and see if we can find somebody. So right now I'm going to click advert which is going to send an advertisement saying I'm around here. Let's see if I can hook up to anything around here. I'm not sure if I can or not, but we're going to sure try. Maybe I'll try a different route here. By the way, this is the North Texas area, and there are plenty of routers there. But let me see. So I don't normally need to join a router, but what I do need to do is join the group. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun doing it. So let's get in here. Right near where I'm at right now. Elementary. And then we have the group here on Arbor Island Road. I'll click on that, and it says add contact. Add this node to your contacts. So let me do this. I'm going to add it from the internet. It's got all the connections I need. Success. Contact has been added. So let me see if this works. So what does that mean? Let me click on contacts here. I got the colony room on my contact list now. Please log in to access this room. So let me say hello. See if that works. HELLO. Make sure that's what it said. So it said, and I will remember the password, log in. Now we'll find out if this works. If it doesn't, we're going to move on. Failed to log in. So that password's no good. So it says the colony room, but I have to know these people, I guess. Moving on. Now there is a possibility that is the correct password for it, the generic hello password, but they may not have that up right now. I'm assuming they do, but I don't know who that is that has it set up. It doesn't tell me, but it'd be really cool if you're watching this video and you can let me know how to get into that, just to be part of the group in the colony. There's not that much out there as far as Meshcore in this area, so I'm going to head up to Little Elm and see if I can get in contact with anybody up there, because I'm really curious if this thing works. Well, I know it works, obviously. There's some huge Meshcore areas. One in Los Angeles, San Diego area. I believe Seattle has one. I believe there's some stuff on the East Coast as well. But in Austin, Texas, apparently has a robust Meshcore system. So I want to check it out, or get it in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or more specifically, Denton County area. Yes, it's 9:27 in the morning. Yes, 87 degrees. Going through the Whataburger drive-thru. Normally get breakfast on a bun with sausage, but I decided to get taquitos this time around. I just had a hankering for them. Lately I have not been eating breakfast, but I need some coffee. Not the best coffee, Whataburger coffee. Believe it or not, Taco Bell had really good coffee, but I haven't done Taco Bell breakfast in probably 5-10 years now. I'm near another repeater, but it's not really on the location that it is on the map. I know where it is. It may not even be up yet. It was just programmed Sunday, and Paul, Prep and Paul, put up or programmed it Sunday on the Meshcore versus Meshtastic live stream that we did Sunday on the Prep and Paul channel. But I'm not seeing it right now. Let me do a flood, see if that does anything. I really don't know what I'm doing here, but we're going to try. I'm going to do flood routed. Okay, average set. Flood routed, which means it's going to keep repeating up to 24 repeat or 64 repeats. Doesn't need that many, but I just want to see if anything works. But as of now, I'm not making contacts with anybody right now. Let's see what I got on contacts. I really don't know how this thing works. Now, when I was on Meshtastic, I had a huge amount of contacts pop up on Meshtastic. And whenever somebody put a message out, it showed up, and you can see this long list of accounts that were in the area, plus exactly where they were. Meshcore has location capability as well. I know Paul turned off his capability, and he made it in the general area where his Meshcore is, and actually he's a little bit off by a few miles. But you know, if you can get a generic area, you can set up your repeater for that generic area without giving a specific where it's at. So obviously, if he's going to do it from his home or something like that, you don't want to dox yourself. You're going to have a landmark such as a Home Depot, Kroger, you know, anything that everybody's pretty familiar with, so they know if they're in that area, they know that you'll be able to contact the repeater if you're going to advertise it on the internet map. But this is the Meshcore map here. Like I said, I'm just starting out, so you can see kind of where it says it is there, and they got that information off the internet. But he may not even have it put up yet. That's going to take a climb, and good gosh, it's hot outside. It's way too hot to be climbing roofs at this time. But he may still do it. I found another group here, and it's an individual and 2 repeaters marked on the map. It may be the same repeater, I don't know. And a group server. So, and it's actually a ham radio operator that's doing that. It's got his call sign on there. But when you join these groups, they won't be full contact. You can't really contact them until they join you back. So, I don't know what that means if I got to actually know the person. But there is a group server. So, if you look on the top left, that's an individual. That's the node they carry with them. And then you have the little tower thing here. I'm sorry, it keeps going out of focus. That's a repeater. And then the thing with the 3 heads there, that's a server. That's a group server. You can join that group server and have a group chat, I guess. So, Meshcore is set up a little differently. I believe with Meshtastic, you have a lot of individual things, plus the repeaters. You don't really see the repeaters on there. However, with Meshcore, it looks like you have servers on there. We got group chats, I guess, on the servers, and I'm not sure what all you can transmit with Meshcore over Meshtastic. I did hear somebody say that they were able to pass audio over Meshtastic. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to reposition myself and see if I can find anything out here. Right over there is the Little M water tower. We actually have a repeater up there for GMRS, and I got a story to tell you about that. There are 2 radio clubs in Denton County that have, to my knowledge, have put up GMRS repeaters, and that's the Denton County Amateur Radio Association, and they put one up on Star Call along with other amateur radio equipment, which is on the campus of TWU. The Lake Area Amateur Radio Club put up a repeater for GMRS at the Little Elm Water Tower, from which the story is going to extend. And why GMRS? Why not ham radio? Why not have it all ham radio? Ham radio clubs only play in their side. Well, ham radio clubs have skills, and they can put up repeaters. And what's nice about ham radio licenses is my license, I could talk around the world with it, except for 2 countries, maybe 3, that will not accept that kind of communication. However, I can also have third-party traffic through ham radio. And say you're sitting with me, I'm your control operator with my call sign. You can use my call sign. It's me using the call sign because I am in control, and you can talk to anybody around the world unless they do not have a third-party agreement. An example of a country that does not have a third-party agreement is India. So I can't have you talk to anybody in India using my ham radio equipment, using my call sign. You have to have your own call sign. Now, if we're apart from each other, you cannot use my call sign. I have to be there. I have to be the control operator there. Now, with GMRS, GMRS doesn't do worldwide communications, it does more local communications. You can't even link GMRS repeaters together to have an extended area. It's not legal. In fact, the FCC made that very well apparent because there were several GMRS users that were linking repeaters and having huge nets with lots of people on there. It's not legal, it's not allowed, or it's not according to the Part 95 rules for GMRS. So GMRS, however, if you're related to me, you're a family member, you can use my call sign. You know, I can allow you to use my call sign, and you don't even need to be with me. So like both of my boys, they can talk to me on a GMRS radio, and we both use the same call sign, WRQI702. It's anybody that's related to you as a family member. I thought at first it was household. It's not that. It's not immediate family. It's just a family member. So anybody that is related to me, even my aunt in California, my son, my two boys, my daughter-in-law, my grandson, who's not even old enough to even be talking yet, can use my call sign, and we can be separated from each other and be able to communicate using the same call sign. So that's what's nice about GMRS. Now, a lot of ham radio members and people who are in the hobby have family members that are not hams. So that is a means that they can have radio communications in the event of a cellular system going down, or just every day. Just use it, practice it, and learn a new skill to have emergency communication capability. With that, we did have a story. We were talking about the repeater, and there were some issues with our repeater. They require maintenance all the time. And one guy spoke up during this meeting. We were talking about it at the Lake Area Amateur Radio Club, and he said, well, that repeater is why I joined this club. He's a ham. And he said, that repeater saved my dad's life. And he went on to explain that his dad cannot work a phone. He has mobility issues with his hands. But his dad had a major medical episode, was able to squeeze a button on the side of a radio. And he said he was out, the son was out mowing his lawn. The dad picked up the radio and called him, you know, right when he shut the mower down, and saying, telling him about his medical episode. They got him to the hospital, and his life was saved as a result. So radio saves lives. You know, you always hear about that with ham radio, but you never hear about it with GMRS. But that's the reason why they put those repeaters up. Okay, I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to put in hello at this room. I'm near the high school now in Little Elm, trying to see if I can get into a room. See, log in, and it probably has a different password, but we're going to find out. Failed to log in. Password you enter may be incorrect, or this room may be unreachable. I'm striking out today. Well, I spotted the antenna on this house, so I'm pretty sure that's a ham radio antenna, a 2-meter 440 antenna. Well, it seems I struck out, or did I really? I'm still exploring. This is a brand new thing for me, this Meshtastic and Meshcore. Meshtastic was very busy. I was in the groups because I was in the Hamvention groups, which you can download online. And I was also in the YouTubers group, so I had friends that I was talking to using Meshtastic. Just reflashed for Meshcore. Don't know anything about it, but I understand that Meshcore is better for distance using networks. It needs other devices around you to make a mesh network. Now, some areas are pretty well integrated, and you can get into it pretty easily. North Texas area is not so integrated, but it's something I hope to see develop over time. Now, Meshcore is strictly a Part 15 device. Meshtastic could be Part 15, which is, you don't need a ham license or anything, or it could be Part 97 ham radio, but you get a little more power out of the device. However, on the ham radio side, there's not as many people participating on the ham radio side. A lot of ham radio operators are doing it on the Part 15 side, which is license free, because there's a lot more out there, and plus you can reach non-hams in the same process. So whatever you're into. I'm just exploring because a lot of my friends are into it, and I don't want to get left out. But at the same time, I think this could be a great back channel communications. Emergency communications is a passion of mine. I always want people to have backup plans for communications. Learn ham radio if you can, but that's how you're going to get out to community members that are in the ham community. Get a GMRS license. 35 bucks, 10 years. It's a good device to have with you for you and your family. It's not as busy as ham radio. You're not going to get out to community members as easily as you would with ham radio. And Meshcore, Meshtastic, that's another arrow in the quiver. That's a whole saying. But have multiple ways of communicating. That's my bottom line. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun doing it. But for now, y'all take care. Be safe.